The abundance of time is an oxymoron to most of us. If you're anything at all like me, I have really battled with time my entire life, always feeling like I don't have enough and that I'm rushing. My name is Robin Reynolds, and I'm a creative coach living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I am so passionate about helping people transform their lives using creativity. And so today I'm here to talk to you about the abundance of time. I've done some videos on practical approaches to finding more time, to carving out little spaces in your life to do things that you love, including creativity. That's not what this is about today. Today I'm talking about a more conceptual, sort of abstract approach to time. And I want to start by reminding us that Seneca said, um, life, if you know how to use it, is long. Seneca was a Roman philosopher who lived about 2,000 years ago. So the reason that I share this is that right off the bat, we know that we're not the only ones who've struggled with time. Time has always been back there, tick, tick, ticking. Even for people that lived 2,000 years ago, they were seeking to understand time and how to make the best use of it. And so we're not alone in this challenge. And what I would like to say is that I believe Seneca is right. I'm even shifting my mindset on this. The things that I'm telling you today are even new for me, and I'm still working my way through them. So let's do that together. Another person I would like to introduce is Frank Wilczek. Frank is the author of this book, which is called Fundamentals. If you have been a part of my 8-week workshop, you know that I've mentioned Frank several times, and it's because I love this book. This book is called The 10 Keys to Reality. Frank is a theoretical physicist, and he's also a Nobel Prize winner. He has written many, many, many technical journal articles and research articles, but he's also written maybe 8 or 10 books that are meant for the layman to read. They're very understandable and they're fascinating. This one is the best that I've read yet. In it, he explores the fundamentals of time and space and really the fundamental building blocks of our universe. I'm fascinated by this. I started out my career as a chemist, and I'm currently a systems engineer. And so, even though I talk a lot about kind of ethereal things and about creativity and art, which are kind of hard to pin down and hard to collect data on, I also have another side. And that side loves to understand the technical elements of our world. I think the marriage of those two things together is really a bridge to such a fascinating view into the world. So Frank wrote this book, and he says a few things in here. He says the natural point of reference is the scope of everyday human life, and that's true for you and I, right? Our point of reference, the way that we're measuring everything, time, space, all of it, it's based upon our individual point of reference. And one thing I'd like to say, this isn't Frank's opinion, it's mine, is that because technology has changed so much during our lifetimes, I think that our frame of reference is very skewed right now because we're not just seeing our individual frame of reference anymore. We are seeing and understanding data and news and points of information from all over the world. And I think this makes our field a little cluttered as we're looking at the world. And so that's one thing. Another thing that Frank says that I love is that there's plenty of space out there. He talks a lot about the cosmos and physical space in the universe. But he also talks about inside of us as human beings, there's an entire world. This harkens back to Walt Whitman, right? Um, so the point I'm trying to make today about time is that I think if we can get our heads around the abundance of time, that there is, in fact, enough time in our lifetimes, whether those are long and short, to do what it is we need to do, and we can behave and prioritize accordingly, that we're not rushing around from minute to minute, not even enjoying the present moment, but that we can sort of step back and rest in the world a little, on the assurance that there is enough time. That will allow us to experience each individual present moment more fully. And in essence, that will give us more time. Another way to say that, or another way that I'm thinking about that, is if we are rushing through our lives, but we're not really experiencing much of that because we are so busy trying to figure out how to achieve more each hour or more each minute, I'm not sure that we're really gaining any time, because to me, the real measure of time and how I'm experiencing it is that I would experience it truly and deeply, and that I would be aware of time. Sometimes when I get so busy that I'm frantic and I'm rushing and I feel that time is my enemy and I'm just trying to beat that clock, which is never going to happen. There's always more to do. I realize that 2 or 3 hours have gone by and I don't even know where that time went. That's a losing situation for me because the time has passed. It's passing, but I have not experienced it. So I have actually lost time. So I think I am really working right now on shifting my mindset when it comes to time. And I would challenge you to do the same thing. I'm just still formulating my opinions about this right now. And I would love if you could comment your thoughts on this, or just even brainstorm with me ways that we can shift to a more abundant mindset with regard to time. And that is really most of what I had for you today. I think one last remark that I have has to do with science and technology and how we understand our world. So I came to science late in life. I actually started college when I was 34, and then I went to school for 12 years straight, getting several degrees. And what I learned, I did learn science. I learned chemistry and physics and calculus and a whole bunch of things. But more than that, the big, big, big thing I learned in all of that school wasn't the technical details. It was this. I learned how to learn, first of all, and that was such a gift, such a gift. And then the big thing I learned was even what we think we know, the hard sciences, those are models that we humans have placed upon the world in order to understand it. And so, what I'm saying is, everything that we think we know about the world, um, about space and time and physics and reality, we're learning more every day. It is not set in stone. And so, if it's not set in stone, then we can revise it, and we are revising it as a race. And we can also revise our mindset about it, and we can be more open minded. So, I encourage you to do that today. And thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again next time. Bye bye.